Good morning, students. Today's topic is Barton curves. Let us take a pair of curves denoted by the curve C and the curve C1. Then we say that this pair of curves are conjugate or associated Barton curves if they have the same principal normal. Means the principal normal to the curve C and the principal normal to the curve C1, they are same. So you can say that a pair of curves C and C1 are said to be conjugate curves if the principal normal to C are also the principal normal to C1. Here n cap is the principal normal to the curve C and n1 cap, that is the principal normal to the curve C1. Now as you can see in the figure, they are such that the normal to C is also the normal to the curve C1. So they form Barton curves. Now we'll discuss their properties. So first property of Barton curves is that the distance between the corresponding points of the two Barton curves is constant. So we have taken two Barton curves, the curve C and C1. This is a pair of curves. P and Q are the corresponding points on the curve C and the curve C1 respectively. We are to prove that the distance PQ, that is constant distance. So in order to prove this, let us take O with the origin and position vector of point P, that is the vector R, and we have taken the point Q, the position vector of the point Q, that we have taken R1. Now we are to prove that the distance PQ, that is constant. In order to prove this, let us take the vector OQ. Now by using triangle of vectors in this triangle, you can see vector OQ is given by vector OP plus vector PQ. Now what is vector OQ? That is vector R1, vector OP is vector R, and vector PQ, that is vector N. So substituting the values here, we get vector R1 is equal to vector R plus vector PQ. Now vector PQ, because the vector PQ is along n cap, so its direction is given by n cap, and the magnitude of the vector PQ, that we have taken as lambda. So vector R1 is equal to vector R plus lambda into n cap. Now let us differentiate this equation with respect to S. So here the derivative of R1, that is dR1 by ds1 into ds1 by ds. The derivative of vector R, that is dr by ds plus lambda into, here we can use product tool because lambda is also the function of S. So by using product tool, lambda's derivative is lambda dash, n cap as it is, plus lambda as it is, derivative of n cap, that is d n cap by ds. Now we can apply Sharrett-Frénet formulas. By Sharrett-Frénet formulas, this value, this is t1 cap, this term will remain as it is, dr by ds, that is t cap, this term will remain as it is, and dn cap by ds, that is tau b minus kt. Now because the pair of curves is taken as Barton curves, so the principal normal to the curve C and C1 are same, so we can take n1 cap is equal to n cap. So now taking the dot product of equation 3 and equation 2, if we take the dot product of two equations, we get n1 cap dot t1 cap into ds1 by ds is equal to n cap dot t cap plus n cap dot lambda dash into n cap plus n cap dot lambda into tau b minus kt. Now because the vector n1 and t1, these are perpendicular vectors, so this term will vanish. N cap and t cap are perpendicular, so this term will also be 0, and also n cap and b cap are perpendicular vectors, so n cap dot b cap, that will also be 0, n cap dot t cap, that is 0. So from here we get lambda dash is equal to 0. So integrating both sides with respect to the parameter s, we get lambda is equal to constant, and we have proved that the distance PQ is constant. Thus we can say the distance between the corresponding points of the two Barton curves is constant. Now the next property is that the tangents at the corresponding points of the two curves are inclined at constant angle. So let us take the curves C and C1 as we have already taken in the first property, and let us take T cap is a tangent at the point P and T1 cap is a tangent at the corresponding point Q. Let us take alpha with the angle between T cap and T1 cap. We have to prove that alpha is constant. So in order to prove this, let us find the derivative of dot product of these two vectors with respect to S. Let us find the derivative. So by using product rule, the derivative of T cap is dt cap by ds dot T1 plus T cap as it is the derivative of T1 cap, that is d by ds1 of T1 cap into ds1 by ds. Now this is k into n cap, this is k1 into n1 cap. Now because n1 cap and n cap are same, because the curves are Barton curves, so we can substitute n1 cap is equal to n cap. So from here again n1 cap dot T1 cap, that will be 0 because these are perpendicular vectors, also these are perpendicular. So we have obtained this dot product derivative is equal to 0. So we can say that this dot product is constant. So T cap dot T1 cap, that is constant. Now let us find the angle between T cap and T1 cap. If alpha is the angle between T cap and T1 cap, by definition of dot product, T cap dot T1 cap is equal to magnitude of this vector into magnitude of this vector into cos of the angle between them. Now these are unit vectors, so their magnitudes will be 1. So dot product will become cos alpha. But this is constant, so we can say that alpha is constant. So thus we have proved that the angle between T cap and T1 cap, that is constant. Now the third property is that curvature and torsion of the either curves are connected by linear relation. Means curvature and torsion of the curve C are linearly related, and in the same way the curvature and torsion of the corresponding curve C1, those are also linearly related. So in order to prove this, let us start from the equation second of the property 1. The equation was that here, because lambda dash is 0, we have proved in the first property lambda dash is equal to 0. So putting lambda dash is equal to 0, this equation reduces to this form. Now from here we can combine the terms in T cap. Combining the terms in T cap here, we get T1 cap into ds1 by ds is equal to 1 minus lambda k into T cap plus lambda tau into B cap. Now because T cap, B cap and N cap are mutually perpendicular vectors, and the angle between T cap and T1 cap we have taken as alpha. So this full angle, because this is 90 and this is alpha, so full angle will be 90 plus alpha. Also this angle will also be alpha, because angle between two tangents is same as the angle between their perpendiculars. So this angle will also be alpha. We can see that the vectors T cap, the vector B cap and the vector T1 cap, they are lying in the same plane. So they are coplanar vectors. So by definition of coplanar, one of them can be written as linear combination of another two. So let us write T1 cap is equal to x into T cap plus y into B cap. Now let us find the value of x and y. To find the values of x and y, let us take the dot product of the equation 6 with T cap. So if we take dot product of equation 6 with T cap from there, because T cap dot T cap that will be 1 and T1 cap dot T cap, that is cos alpha. So we get the value of x from there. Now to find y, let us find the dot product of equation 6 with the vector B cap. So T1 cap dot B cap is equal to y. Now what is T1 cap dot B cap? Angle between these two vectors, that is 90 plus alpha. So cos 90 plus alpha is equal to y. So from here y is equal to minus sin alpha. Substituting the value of x and y in the equation 6, we get the value of the vector T1 cap. Now we can compare the equations 5 and 7. Comparing the coefficient of like terms, in the equation 5, the coefficient of T1 cap is ds1 by ds. Here the coefficient of T1 cap is 1 and the coefficient of T cap is 1 minus lambda k in equation 5, and here cos alpha. In the equation 5, the coefficient of B cap is lambda tau and here minus sin alpha. So from here we can see by taking these two terms and cross multiplication, from here we get 1 minus lambda k into sin alpha plus lambda tau into cos alpha is equal to 0, which is a linear relation between the curvature and torsion of the curve C. Thus we can say that curvature and torsion of the curve C are linearly related. In the same way, because the curve C1 and C, they are reciprocal to each other. So replacing lambda by minus lambda and alpha by minus alpha in this relation, we again get a relation which shows that the curvature and torsion of the curve C1, those are also linearly related. Now, the last property is property number 4. The torsions of the corresponding Barton curves at the corresponding points have the same sign and their product is constant. So in order to prove this, let us take the equations 5 and 7 of the property 3. These are the two equations. Now comparing the two equations, from here we get ds1 by ds is equal to 1 minus lambda k by cos alpha is equal to lambda tau by minus sin alpha. So from here we can obtain the value of cos alpha and value of sin alpha. The value of cos alpha from here is given by taking these two terms, which is 1 minus lambda k into ds by ds1, and taking these two terms we get the value of sin alpha. In the same way, for the curve C1, as we have discussed in the property 3, by replacing lambda by minus lambda and alpha by minus alpha and interchanging the role of s and s1 in these two equations, we get the value of cos alpha and minus sin alpha. Now we can take the multiplication of equation 9 with equation 11 to get the value of cos square alpha, which is 1 plus lambda k1 into 1 minus lambda k, and multiplying the equations 10 and equation 12, we get the value of sin square alpha, which is lambda square into tau 1. So from here we can find this value, which is sin square alpha upon lambda square. Thus, because alpha and lambda both are constant, so we can say that the torsions of the two Barton curves, they have same sign because this is positive term. So we can say that either both are negative, both torsions will be negative sign, or both will be positive sign, because minus into minus, that will also be positive, and positive into positive, that will also be positive. So we can say that the torsion of the two Barton curves have the same sign. And also from here we can see that the product is constant because sin alpha is constant and also lambda is constant. So we have proved the property 4, that a torsion at the corresponding points of the two Barton curves have the same sign and their product is constant. So this completes your topic Barton curves and their properties.